Okay, so this is video 3 in our series of videos for Leaving Cert Maths about an arithmetic sequence, and now we're moving on to an arithmetic series. In the first 2 videos we looked at finding Tn and using Tn and what A and D were, so I'm assuming you've watched those already and you know what I mean by A and D. You'll notice that this is a little bit different because although we still have an A, which is the starting term or the first term, or T1, which is 3 in this case, and we still have D, which is the difference between the terms, common difference, which is the same between any consecutive terms, so 13 minus 3, which is 10, or if you notice that's the same as 23 minus 13, which is the same as 33 minus 23, which is 10. So the difference is 10. You'll notice that in this particular sequence, it's different because we have these plus symbols, okay? We're adding up. We're finding the sum of terms, not just finding terms themselves. So the difference between a series and a sequence is a series has pluses, okay? A sequence has commas. Okay, a series has pluses, a sequence has commas. Now, 3 plus 13 plus 23 plus 33. What we have is we're adding them up. So our questions will generally be find S, something like this, S100, the sum of the first 100 terms in the series. Okay, something like this. Find S100. That means if I was to write down the first 100 terms of this series and add them all up, or do that on my calculator, what would they add up to? What would the first 100 terms add up to? Now, that can take a long time. Even to work out what those 100 terms are would take a long time. So we do have a formula. The formula looks a little bit like our formula for Tn. Remember our formula for Tn, which was that one? Our formula for Sn, which is the sum of n terms, Sn is equal to n over 2. Well, that's different, but now it looks a bit similar. Twice A plus n minus 1 times d. Okay, where n stays as n when we're finding Sn. Okay, but usually we're asked to find the sum of a number of terms. So n is the number of terms, A is the first term, T1, and D equals the common difference. Okay, so let's work it through. Pause at any stage to catch up with yourself, but let's see how we get on. So let's do this again. We'll write down our series, 3 plus 13 plus 23 plus 33 plus ... to show that it goes on. Now we're finding Sn. We need to know, we're actually finding S100, aren't we? We're finding S100. So let's write down some of the things. N is 100, okay, because n and 100 are in the same place. They're the subscript, the little label on the S. A is equal to T1, which we've said is 3, the starting term, the first term. D is equal to the difference between the first 2 terms, which is 10. So there's our N, our A, and our D, and our formula just has N's, A's, and D's, so that's okay. S100. Okay, that's what we're trying to find. S100, N, 100, 100 is equal to, now N again. So N is 100, so it's 100 over 2. That is always a 2. Okay, always 2. By 2 by A, which is 2 by 3. Again, that's always 2. Okay, 2 by 3 plus n is 100 minus 1, 100 minus 1, times my difference, which is 10. Okay, so this is n. N is 100. This is A. A is the first term. This is n again, which is 100. And this is 10, which is my difference. Now, you could put that into your calculator. That's a bit messy to put into your calculator because it's kind of got fractions and all kinds of brackets. So sometimes it's easier just to do the first bit yourself. S100, that means divide, doesn't it? 100 over 2 means divide, so that's 50. 2 by 3 is 6, plus 100 minus 1 is 99 times 10. So I would suggest doing that first bit. You could do it all on your calculator, but I would suggest doing that first of all. So it's 50 times bracket. So 50 times bracket, yeah. 6 plus bracket, 99 times 10. So the sum of the first 100 terms of that series is 49,800. A good thing we didn't do it on our calculator. It would have taken us ages. The sum of the first 100 terms, is 49,800. Okay? Look back over that again, pause it where you need to, and let's just, you can try one. I'm going to set you a question here. You can try it. I'll pause the video. You can try it and then see how you get on. So here's another sequence, another series. Let's say 12, 16, 20, 24. And we're being asked to find T250. Sorry, S. S 250. The sum of the first 250 terms. So I could plug those into my calculator. 12 plus, because of course that should have been plus, shouldn't it? This was supposed to be helpful, but anyway, we'll get over it. 12 plus, okay? I could plug those into my calculator, but I'm going to use my formula because it'll be quicker. So A is 12, it's the first term. D is 16 minus 12, which is 4. That's the common difference. And I'm trying to find S250, so N is equal to 250. So if you haven't paused it already, pause it now and try and use your formula to find the sum of the first 250 terms. Okay, I'm starting it now. S250 is equal to N over 2. So let's write my formula here so I have it in front of me. N over 2 by 2A plus N minus 1 times D. So S250 is 250 over 2 by 2A, 2 by 12, plus 250 minus 1 times 4. N over 2, 2 times A, plus N minus 1 times D. So that's going to be 125 by 24 plus 249 by 4. Plug that into your calculator. 125, which I got by dividing 250 by 2, times 2 by 12, which was 24. So 24 plus 250 minus 1 is 249 times 4. And close the bracket. So the sum of those terms is 127,500. It's a good thing I didn't do it by adding them all up. It would have taken me forever. The sum of the first 250 terms of that series, sum of the first 250 terms is 127,500. Okay, I hope that helped. Talk to you again. Bye-bye.